What's up, guys? Rashad with Bad Beats here. Today I'll be bringing you my Metalgarurumon X Deck profile that I took to an undefeated win at locals. Um, we'll just hop right into the deck. We'll talk about it as we go. So, only eggs I played for Cinnamon gives you 1,000 DP. Well, that's just what you need. You want to hit that 8,000 threshold, so you play this guy. On to the rookies. We play the Gabu that gives you 1,000 DP if you've got 8 cards in hand. This is ideally the rookie you want to put in the back in your raising area. It's just the best one to go into because of the DP gain. Second, we have the Gabu that on play searches for Omnimon and a Garurumon. So this is why you want this one in the back, because you want to be playing this one because he has an on play, no inherit. It just helps you dig through your deck and find your pieces faster. Next, to go along with those boys, of course, we play the Digimon X Antibody. So this guy, on play or when Digivolving, so ideally, Digivolve over one of these guys, so you'll get your card draw. You look at the top 3, you grab a Guru and an X Antibody, so it's potential +2 plus draw for Digivolve. So of course you'll be playing 4 of this guy. That's it for the rookies I played. I didn't play any Madoki Betamon. As you will see, my list is just extremely hyper aggressive. So on to the champs. We play the Guru that can Digivolve for 1 over a Gabumon. This also, when he's in the inherit, will give you a DP, which comes up sometimes as well. And then we have, excuse me, 4 of the promo Garurumon. Just when attacking, draw a card. So this helps you get to your 8 card in hand effects that a lot of the cards in this deck have that require you to have 8 in hand. So you'll be swinging with this guy, hopefully majority of your swings, especially early game, to build your hand size up. And then of course to go with them, we have the X Antibody, extremely needed card, gotta play 4 of it. It just gives you that protection from battle so you can survive your security checks. Next, for the 5s, we play 1 Sagittarius mode and then a playset of the Wear promo. When he is an inherit, it gives you a security tap +1 if you've got 8 or more cards in hand, which again makes like cards like the promo Garuru and your X Antibody guy being able to like plus you cards just makes them that much more valuable for the extra security. Then when attacking, you can unsuspend them if there's a Garurumon in your sources, well, once. And if this is the only one, it does not count because of the X Antibody in his name. It has to be one of these Garurumon in the sources to get that effect. Sagittarius mode has the same exact skill as the X Antibody Garuru when he's a source, by protecting from battle, so it's just like an extra copy of him. And there's some like really nifty plays with this guy too, that you can OTK your opponent without even needing your level 6 at all. Also, when this is Digivolved into, if you have a Tamer, you get to bounce 2 rookies back to hand, and evolves over a level 5 for free. So ideally you'll swing with this guy, unsuspend with his skill, throw this over him, and you'll swing and get the security attack +1. And then if you have the X Antibody under him, you wouldn't even need it in that situation. You would just go into this guy, which we'll get into right now actually, is I play 4 of this. I know some people only play 3, but I really want to see my chain in my first hand if possible. I want to go ahead and have a chain established so I can just burn through the game. So when you Digivolve into this guy, which is free over one of the level 5s because it's the Wear Guru X, it unsuspends, you bounce a level 4 or lower Digimon back to your opponent's hand. So that unsuspend is just detrimental to this deck working. Because like I was saying, you'll get a check with him, you'll go into him, get 2 checks, you'll go into this guy, unsuspend, and get 2 checks, then you swing him again for another 2 checks. And then if you have a rookie or a multitude of other things, then it is just game right there. So that's all this one does. It's pretty short effect, not too much to have to get into. On to the level 6s. I played 2 of the EX1 Garuru. When you Digivolve into him, you get to gain a memory for every 4 cards in hand. He costs 4. If you have a Tamer and your opponent has something with an on deletion effect, you get to bottom deck it to prevent that skill from going off. sometimes that does come up. One of the matches I played against was Billstarmon, so there are decks out there with things that have on deletion effects, so that does come up sometimes. But more importantly, it lets you get memory back, so you can go into this guy easier. It just goes over him for 1, and it unsuspends. So like if you didn't have another rookie or anything, and you did have that full Garuru combo, and you had the 1 extra memory, you could just go into this guy, unsuspend, and then swing for game. So when he's Digivolved into, if there's a Metalgarurumon or an X Antibody in his traits, unsuspend him, bounce all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest cost back to their hand, and he is a blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's important to note that if you're not finishing the game there, he is only that blocker for that 1 turn. After that, he no longer has blocker. And then his unsuspend effect to bounce all the lowest cost, that happens every time he unsuspends. Even when he unsuspends at the start of your turn, that effect does go off. So also remember that. I see a lot of people on YouTube missing that trigger. But that's it for those guys. Once again, not much to go into. We play 1 Blitz Omni, because we are an aggro deck. It's searchable in the deck by a multitude of cards. So if you play this, I always see it. That's the one of, unless it's in security, you always get it every game. On to the options. Play 2 Hammer Spark and 2 Blue Memory Boost. This is just like some generic cards to help you gain memory, extend plays. There's been a lot of times where my EX1, I'm like 4 cards short of being able to get all my memory back from them, so I'll use 1 Hammer Spark, and then with 12 cards in hand, get 3 back, so it lets you Digivolve into this guy for free to ensure that you can close the game out. Blue Memory Boost, just another consistency card, as I was going about earlier. Look at top 4, grab whatever you're missing, and then pop it for the extra memory to go off on the next turn. So just consistency stuff. I also played Hammer Spark more so because I wanted some kind of bomb in my security. What won me a game against Billstar, they swung into a X Antibody and then a Hammer Spark, passing 3 memory over to me. Their Digimon didn't get deleted because they hit options, so they didn't get their on deletion effects to draw and trash the option cards from their hand to reduce their Billstarmon, and that literally just won me the game from the beginning of the game right there, essentially. Like, those guys not dying and getting bounced to the hand instead of getting deleted, so they didn't get the effects. And buying me an extra turn was, like, really great. Next, of course, we play 1 Ice Wall because it is Ice Wall. And then I only play 1 Davis because you really don't need a Memory Chamber in this deck. You'll do all your shenanigans, like, whenever you can get to them. But, like, you keep your guy in the back. If you've got the right stack, you're not just going to push it out. You'll just keep it in the back anyway until you're ready to go for the OTK. So, like, the Davis isn't, like, huge. It's not, like, a super necessary thing to play in the deck. But it does help with consistency. I've been thinking on dropping it for another Blue Memory Boost right now. I'm undecided, or another Hammer Spark even. But undecided on it right now. If it gets hit out of the security, it's amazing. Yeah, you never want to pay 4 for this guy unless you just need a piece desperately and want to search the top for that 1 extra Digimon. And then, last but not least, I play 3 Cool Boy, 3 X Antibody. So the reasoning behind this is I really want to see this card, and I really want to see this card. This is like the best card in the deck, honestly, because of how much X Antibody stack guys you're building. I've had turns where I just won a game, basically, from my first hand going second, because I literally just Digivolved into a Gabu, had the Gabu X and 2 Cool Boys in my hand, so I just played the 2 Cool Boys, and on my next turn, just go into the X Antibody Gabu, draw for Digivolve, tap the 2 Cool Boys, draw 2 more cards, gain 2 more memory, and then search on top of that. Like, it sets you up and puts you so far ahead to have this. And then I just wanted to go +2 as much as possible off the Gabu so that I can get my 8 card hand for my effects to go off faster. So I went ahead and played 3 copies of this, and went ahead and played 3 copies of this to search out the X Antibody pieces because they're very detrimental to the deck and how it functions. And so since I wanted to just end the game as quickly as possible, we want to see these cards, so we played 3 of them instead of just 2. And that is my list, guys. So at locals, I played against Billstarmon, I played against Armor Rush, and I played against Jessmon. Now, I think this deck is extremely strong, and pretty sure it will be an extremely strong deck going into B210 as well. I do plan on going to another store championship next month here, probably 2 of them, and I will be taking this deck again, or I might take Jesmon. I'm kind of undecided here at the moment, but this is definitely a top contender for best deck in the format for sure. Hope you guys enjoy the profile. I'll try to get you a gameplay of it soon. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one.